Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for May 8, 2023, the Vast Wasteland edition. We're going to save that story for the end, and we begin with a story from the Wall Street Journal, Risk and Compliance Journal. Richard Vandeford reporting that the U.S. again extends a sanctions carve-out for Russia energy sales for foreign countries who purchased energy. The exemption was extended from May 16 to November 1. Next up, the first of 2 articles from the Financial Times. And in the first one, while the specter of corruption haunts Ukraine's future among its partners, it is actually improving. And while the concerns still exist because of Ukraine's prior ranking on the Transparency International Corruption Perception Index of number 116, the country has made significant progress in fighting this. And recent surveys show corruption seems to be moving in, or at least the ending of corruption is heading in the right direction. So obviously the record's not spotless, but the reporter believes that Western governments would be making a big mistake if they drag their feet on reconstruction aid and EU entry for Ukraine because of corruption. I think this will be the biggest construction project since the Marshall Plan. Our second article from the Financial Times, Belgium defends its handling of the Qatargate corruption probe. 5 months into the probe, of course, nothing has been done or appears to have been done, or at least has been done publicly, and Belgium defended its record that no, it's working very hard at this. Obviously, there were some raids in December and the seizure of cash, and the main suspects have all been released under electronic surveillance in their homes, but the exchange of documents between countries has been slow. Other countries have opened their investigation, and the wheels of justice have turned very slowly. One person close to the investigation said Brussels was under political pressure to loosen its grip on the investigation. Obviously, Qatar has put a big no-no sign in front of it for corruption. And our final story is the passing of Newton Minow. And what was Mr. Minow's claim to fame? Well, he was the FCC commissioner who declared in the 60s that TV was a vast wasteland. Well, that was before the heyday of Fox News, Tucker Carlson, and magma hat-wearing idiots. Just think what he'd think now. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.